So I grew up in Fresno. I had a tough time growing up here because of the bad influences I had at the schools I went to. I attended many different schools so I can understand where some of these kids come from and what they experience. So I decided to volunteer for Youth for Christ because I wanted to reach the youth of Fresno and Clovis with the gospel. I was deciding on volunteering for YFC when I was on my way back from a ministry internship at a Bible college in Medford, Oregon. And the Lord spoke to me and said, I want you to go back to Fresno and do urban ministry. So I thought about it long and hard and prayed on it. Meanwhile, many people at this school were telling me not to do it and stick with the internship that I was in. But I heard the Lord tell me He wants me to do urban ministry in Fresno. So I dropped everything and moved back to Fresno in pursuit of reaching the city and the urban communities for Christ. As I was on my way back home from Oregon, I prayed the whole way and the Lord told me, I want you to volunteer at YFC. And I pursued that. Everything was divinely orchestrated for me and I started volunteering on campus at Fort Miller Middle School. Now I've been hired at YFC and I'm excited to continue reaching lost kids with the gospel. I really started volunteering with Youth for Christ because it represents radical discipleship, the kind of discipleship with kids that takes place outside of the Sunday service and outside the campus club. Youth for Christ is really about creating lifelong relationships with kids that is centered on the love of Christ. YFC reaches kids through its program at over 30 sites around Fresno and Madera, and through its people, over 100 volunteers engaging kids with the good news of Jesus. We're about reaching kids with the gospel, not only with the words we speak, but by showing Christ's love in our actions. This type of ministry style, I believe, creates life change in students. Campus Life Club is held at lunch on the campuses of middle schools and high schools. We engage kids with fun and conversations about real life, and through it all we share about God. We earn the right to tell them about His love for them. Those who volunteer can expect to create relationships that will change their lives and the lives of the kids. Campus life is important because it gives an opportunity for kids to experience God right where they're at, and it gives Christians a way to reach the youth of this city. I met Omar at one of the Campus Life clubs on Fort Miller Middle School campus. He was shy about coming into clubs, so I went over to him and was talking to him about what we do in campus life, and he finally tried it out. When he actually came in, we got to talk, and I told him about my life and my testimony. We developed a connection there, and I've been close ever since with him. Omar is from a tough and poor neighborhood. The neighborhood is known for its poverty and crime. It's not uncommon to see gang members, drug dealers, and drive-by shootings. Omar's house has been broken into often, and he lives in substandard housing. This type of environment matters because it makes it that much more challenging for him to follow God in his life. Omar has major leadership potential in his life. He's a reserved kid when meeting new people, but he's very good at connecting and making relationships. It's probably the reason why a lot of the kids in his specific neighborhood started coming to church and started having an interest in God. Before Omar came to Christ, he was going out late at night in his neighborhood, doing drugs. He was stealing from the local stores in his area and walking out of classes at school. He's changed since coming to know God. He no longer does drugs, steals, or has trouble in class. I really love Omar. He's a great kid with a lot of potential. He has played a major part in my ministry in his neighborhood. If it weren't for him, I don't think I would ever have gotten the opportunity to meet any of the people there.
How's campus life helped you in life, or at school and at home?
By not getting in trouble at school.
What you used to do?
I used to cuss at the teachers. I used to get pencils and throw them in the roof.
Act crazy or what?
Yeah.
Now what do you do?
Now I go in class, sit down, do my work, and just wait until we get out.
Yeah. How's that better for you?
Because I'm not getting in trouble like I used to, and I can play football now. How
did it feel when you got baptized, when you came out of the water, when you accepted Jesus in your life and you changed your ways when you got baptized?
It felt good, and it was cold when I got out.
It was cold?
Yeah.
Who is Jesus to you?
He's our Father, my Father.
Yeah?
I don't get in trouble no more like I used to. And I'm just a whole nother person.
Campus life has had a big impact on Omar. We've connected Omar with loving adults who can take him out of his environment and expose him to something different and healthier. Many kids in this neighborhood haven't had the opportunity to explore outside their block. Campus life has given Omar the opportunity to go to church and make new friends that help him stay on the right track. In the past year, Omar has accepted Christ in his life, and he's shown a repentant heart. Although he's not perfect, he's a work in progress in God, like we all are. My hope is that Omar will continue to grow in God, because with God, he's going to become a transformational leader at his school and in his neighborhood. Youth for Christ and campus life really matter because it gives students a loving, Christ-centered relationships that they so desperately need at this time in their lives. It allows ordinary Christians like you and me to create extraordinary relationships with students on and off their campuses, which make a huge difference in everyone's lives and in our community. Campus Life shows the love of Jesus to students. We do more than talk about God to our students. We walk with them, we serve them, and share our lives with them. Campus Life is one amazing way that Youth for Christ is reaching students all across Fresno, Madera with the life-changing message of Jesus.